Good evening, good afternoon. What's going on? You feel me? The real E-Leezy. Hope everybody had a blessed weekend. Man, the Utah Jazz, people need to really put some respect on Will Hardy's name, man. As a potential coach of the year candidate early. It's premature. I know it is. But I like what I'm seeing from Utah. They're playing very, very hard. They're disciplined and they're young. But you still got some veterans over there. Mike Conley Jr., Rudy Gay, Kelly Olynyk has been in the league for a little bit. Um, you got Jordan Clarkson, who's turned into a great, a good role player. You know what I'm saying? He already won the Six Man of the Year award. Um, Laurie Marketing, healthy. We already knew that Laurie Marketing had this type of skill and this type of talent, but he's just showcasing it now because there's no expectation for him in Utah, and he's just able to just play, basketball. And the most important thing that you can't overlook, he's healthy. That's very, very important when you talk about, players maximizing their talent. You know what I'm saying? Fulfilling everyone else's expectation and even their own. You have to be healthy to give yourself a chance. You have to be available. You have to be on the court. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing Laurie Marketing has battled over the years, and he's bounced around from team to team, Chicago, Cleveland. Now he's in uh, Utah, and he's one of the league leaders in scoring and amongst other categories. And that team, and Utah is 8-3. Utah is a top five team in the NBA right now. So through 11 games, Utah looks strong through 11 games. Now you still have 71 more games to go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm loving what I'm seeing. Danny Ainge has turned the franchise. I wouldn't even say turned them around because Utah has been a playoff team like for the last like 10 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the last 6, 7 years, Utah has been a playoff team. So I'm not gonna sit there and say he turned them around. He's just picking up where they left off. And it looks like he's doing a damn good job because guess what? They don't need to tank to get nobody. They have accumulated all of those draft picks. So they're really playing with house money. They don't need to tank. They don't need to tank. Utah is doing exactly what everybody didn't expect them to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, that's a testament to, ownership, testament to the coaching staff, and a testament to the players going out there and getting it done. Colin Sexton, they gave up on the man. They gave up on the brother, man. Young talent, young bull. That's what they call him, young bull, straight out of Alabama, under Avery Johnson's tutelage. You know what I'm saying? Why would, I mean, Colin Sexton is a really good guard, bro, and he's only in his like third, fourth year in the league. He still has a lot to prove, bro. Gotta understand, he went through that little ACL injury or meniscus or whatever, but I mean, that dude is a beast, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Humble, hard worker, passionate. Excuse me, passionate. If you've seen him against the Clippers the other night, that man is passionate, man. He wants to win. He wants to be great. That's all you can ask for. I'm taking them type of players on my squad every fucking day. So that's just what it is, y'all. But yeah, I like Utah, man. Utah doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Walker Kessler. I think Walker Kessler, like I mentioned to a lot of people before, I think he's gonna be better than Rudy Gobert. I'm not too much concerned about the accolades. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's a better player. I think he has more of an IQ. I think he's more agile. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit smaller than Gobert, but his instincts on the defensive end and on the offensive end, setting solid screens, rolling and diving down the middle of the lane, you know what I'm saying? Staying big when he catches the ball, finishing around the rim. But his instincts on defense is, you know what I'm saying? It's special, in my opinion. He has very good instincts, like, you know what I'm saying? So Um, yeah, man, Utah is going to be around. Utah is probably going to end up like a 6, 7 seed, maybe at the end of the season. I don't see them a top 5 seed. I think they'll kind of tail off a little bit, but I think Utah replaces Minnesota. What Minnesota did last year, Minnesota was I think like a 7 seed last year, if I'm not mistaken, or what was that a play-in? No, play-in is 8, 9, 10. So yeah, I think I'm not quite sure. I forgot where Minnesota landed last year. But I think that, Utah replaces Minnesota. Minnesota drops off. They have a lot of issues in Minnesota. So, but Utah, man, put some respect on what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? And if they really want, they can package up a Rudy Gay, a Jordan Clarkson, and Mike Conley and get stuff for him. But Mike Conley, he's healthy. See, the knock on Mike Conley was he's always injured, bro. But when Mike Conley is healthy, Mike Conley produces, bro. Like you might not like people might not like Mike Conley, but Mike Conley has a solid game out of the Ohio State. Came into the league with Greg Oden. We seen how that worked out. Mike Conley has been a serviceable guard for his whole career since he's been in the league. We've seen what he did, you know, with that Memphis team, with that blue collar Memphis team. You know what I'm saying? With the Rudy Gays and the Marc Gasols and the Zach Randolphs. Like Mike Conley was on that squad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tony Allen. So Mike Conley Mike Conley is a baller, bro. And he's helping. He's a great leader. He's helping those young guys over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why Utah, they're getting the most out of, their roster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt. They got a nice squad over there, bro. Like, Utah really has a nice squad. And if you're looking like for trade bait, they have a lot of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like consummate professionals, veterans, scorers, defenders, knockdown 3-point shooters. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's big, bro. That is real, 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 real big. And I think they're gonna, do some special things this year. Given the expectations that everybody thought they were just going to come out and tank. But that's one thing. Danny Ainge has an old school mentality. He wants to compete and rebuild at the same time. And I think that that's a great mindset to have. And I think that's a great recipe. You can do both. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your situation. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to the Utah Jazz, bro. People need to start really paying attention to them. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from the teams who everybody expect not to be good and not to do this and not to do that. I love it when they play hard, though, and they compete and they just not out here, you know what I'm saying, giving up. They're diving on the floor for loose balls. They're communicating. You know what I'm saying? They're protecting the rim. They're taking charges. They're diving for, out of bounds. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, that shit is contagious. That's how you're supposed to play basketball. They're being physical at the point of attack. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what you want from a young ball club. That's how they learn how to be great. That's how they learn, how to win. That's how to learn how to be, at the top of their games. You need that type of mentality. And it starts with the young coach. I mean, it's like the players, they have young players and they have young coach and the older players buying into Will Hardy's system. And Will Hardy did a great job as an assistant under Ime Udoka in Boston, helping them get to a championship. Ultimately, they came up short of their goal, but Will Hardy was able, to get employed, by putting his name out there and just based off of what he did as an assistant because players respected, his judgment. Players respected his voice, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's all you can ask for, especially from a young coach, bro. So, Utah Jazz, man, they're gonna be there. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Shout out to their organization. And I mean, people don't really talk about, these other teams. People always like to talk about the star-studded teams with this player, that player. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, if you know basketball, you're gonna cover every squad. I don't just cover the Warriors. I don't just cover, Lakers and all these other teams, bro. You have to cover every squad. And I'm very, very impressed by Utah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of the sport. I never did like Utah growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because Chicago and the Lakers, Chicago Bulls, Lakers, and Warrior fan growing up. And I just never did like John Stockton. And Karl Malone, I thought at times Karl Malone was overrated, but he was effective. Karl Malone, you really couldn't do nothing with him because of his size and his ability, you know what I'm saying, to create space and shoot that little mid-range pull-up jump shot. So, um, other than that, I really wasn't a Utah fan though. But I'm always a fan of the game. I mean, I seen that their rosters and Hall of Famers come through, Jeff Hornacek and those squads back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of they had a good recipe, you know what I'm saying, to win a championship. They just didn't have that one guy that was going to really, when it's time, in crunch time, when it's time to make plays and it's time to really get you that last shot and take over the game, I don't think they had that. And that's why ultimately you've seen them come up short time and time again. So, but the Stockton and Malone era, you know what I'm saying, it was Mark Eaton back in the day, Darryl Bailey, you know what I'm saying? They had hella players, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Howard Isaac, Shannon Brown, Brian Russell, Chris Benoit. David Benoit, excuse me. Not Chris Benoit, that's a wrestler. David Benoit, y'all remember him. Greg Foster, straight out of Mac, West Oakland, you know what I'm saying? So they had Greg Ostertags. You know what I'm saying? They had hella players, bro. Come up. Antoine Carr. Y'all remember Antoine Carr, bro? They had a whole roster. Howard Isley. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, man. Stockton, Malone. Man. You know what I'm saying? They was doing their thing, bro. So Jerry Sloan. So, shout out to them. Shout out to Utah Jazz, man. Great basketball. So let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about anything that I said. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. Um, you know, love, live life, smile, cry, laugh, man. I'll get at y'all.